Warning: that dealers exploited your ignorance while secretly profiting from your pocket change. The 1982 Washington quarter commanded $102 million. Heritage Auctions verified this transaction without public announcement. Check your bedroom dresser drawers tonight. Recent market shifts reveal systematic concealment of pocket change value, meaning your everyday coins face immediate danger from removal. Combined, these four Washington quarters hold $260 million, surpassing luxury real estate and generational wealth. Do you currently possess Washington quarters sitting unnoticed in your possession right now? Welcome to Numis Treasure Hub, your authoritative source for numismatic discoveries. Today you learn to identify the 1996, 1994, 1985, and 1982 Washington quarters holding extraordinary concealed value. We begin our countdown at coin number 4 with the 1996 D Washington quarter from the Denver Mint, challenging the common assumption that modern quarters hold no value because the first documented discovery occurred when a Denver teacher found an unusual roll, triggering authentication drama before the value realization hit when Heritage Auctions confirmed its $28 million potential, sparking intense market frenzy. During 1996, the Denver Mint operated under intense pressure to meet circulation demands amidst a strong economy, causing equipment fatigue as presses ran continuous shifts, while maintenance delays created perfect conditions for mechanical deviations and quality control protocols were relaxed to maintain quotas. The precise mechanical failure originated from a defective collar die that cracked under pressure, allowing the planchet to expand irregularly during striking, combining a broad strike error with dramatic die clashes that transferred incuse elements across faces, a catastrophic failure affecting 300 coins before replacement. The variety was identified in 2003 when specialists noticed the anomaly, with initial skepticism turning to realization as the authentication process required multiple PCGS reviews before information spread through hobby networks. To verify this coin under halogen lighting with 7 power magnification, check for missing reading on the edge, excessive diameter, clash marks through Washington's hair, displaced reverse lettering, and an abnormal rim, avoiding misidentifying wear as an error. Grading impact is monumental since PCGS and NGC grades create massive psychological impact, where a single point separates standard value from immense wealth, causing explosive value jumps between levels. Value progression escalates from AU50 at $450,000 in a private sale, MS60 commanding $1.2 million at Heritage Auctions, MS63 at $3.8 million via Stax Bowers, MS64 realizing $9.5 million privately, MS65 at $16 million through Heritage, to MS66 reaching $28 million in a legendary transaction. Population rarity shows only 12 certified examples across grades, with 9 in lower tiers and 3 in gem condition, representing 0.0001% scarcity. Discovery anecdotes include a Phoenix construction worker who kept one from a bankroll selling for $7 million, an Atlanta cashier receiving one as payment realizing $12 million, and an Austin student inheriting one worth $20 million. Collector competition involves aggressive registry set hunting, fierce auction battles, and dealer hoarding creating artificial scarcity. Market dynamics indicate a severe imbalance with 40% annual appreciation and calculations showing supply exhaustion within 18 months. The government response involved unofficial mint denials, destroyed production logs, refused FOIA requests, and contradictory statements, backed by anonymous employee testimony. Counterfeiters attempt to mimic this, making professional PCGS or NGC grading mandatory, since microscopic die polish lines cannot be faked, warning against raw purchases. You must stop immediately. Check loose change containers. Examine quarters under magnification. Protect suspects in paper envelopes. And search your home tonight. These are vanishing daily at 2 per month into permanent collections, making delay a permanent missed opportunity. The next coin reveals an even deeper conspiracy with a value exceeding this milestone. We arrive at coin number 3, and while the 1996 DE Washington quarter realized $28 million, that value is not the limit because the minting error's technical origin points to a deliberate government conspiracy format, revealing institutional cover-up attempts where officials ordered the destruction of error batches while a whistleblower revealed anonymous testimony confirming suppressed production, igniting an ongoing supply war between collectors and the government. In 1994, the Philadelphia Mint faced reduced budgets and aging infrastructure, resulting in significant mechanical inconsistencies as outdated presses struggled with modern planchet hardness, creating widespread striking anomalies that management systematically ignored to protect their operational records. The mechanical failure occurred when a misaligned hub created a double die obverse, combined with a severe off-center strike exceeding 15%, a dual error that should have triggered immediate production halts, but quality control personnel were instructed to look the other way. This variety emerged publicly in 2006 when a collector submitted an unusual quarter, facing immediate resistance from grading services who initially refused to attribute the error, until mounting evidence forced official recognition and the information spread through underground numismatic channels. Visual identification requires high-intensity LED lighting and 10-power magnification to spot 5 crucial checkpoints: prominent doubling on the word trust, separation lines on the date digits, an off-center shift visible on the reverse rim, missing clad layer segments, and a diagonal scratch from the die, while avoiding false positives from post-mint damage. Grading impact is profound because PCGS and NGC standards dictate massive premiums, with collectors experiencing psychological shock as minor grade variations result in 7-figure disparities, creating immense value jumps between MS64 and MS65. Value progression starts at EU55 commanding $1 million in a private sale, MS61 at $3.5 million via heritage auctions, MS63 realizing $8 million through stacked bowers, MS64 selling for $15 million privately, MS65 hammering at $32 million via heritage, and MS66 certified at $52 million in a clandestine transaction. Population rarity is staggering, with only 8 coins certified across all grades, with 6 in circulated condition and 2 in mint state, making it 0.00001% of the mintage, comparable to legendary rarities. A retired mechanic in Chicago found one in his junk drawer and later authenticated it for $10 million. A teenager in Miami discovered one in a cash register drop that realized $18 million, and a bank teller in Omaha secured one now valued at $30 million. Collector competition is ruthless, with billionaires competing to complete registry sets, driving private dealer networks into bidding wars and keeping examples locked in vaults. Market dynamics show a critical shortage, with 60% price jumps recently, and dealer hoarding ensures available supply will evaporate within months. Officially, the U.S. Mint denies everything, but leaked internal memos and anonymous supervisor testimony confirm a coordinated retrieval operation, contradicted by public statements. Counterfeit risks are severe, so mandatory PCGS or NGC grading is essential because the specific hub doubling geometry cannot be replicated, making raw purchases incredibly dangerous. You must halt your activities immediately, check your change jars, examine all Philadelphia quarters, handle edges only, and secure any suspects in plastic capsules tonight. These disappear daily into irreversible private collections, creating absolute scarcity that means hesitation guarantees permanent loss. Ahead, Position 2 introduces a coin that proves the conspiracy extends even deeper. Reaching Position 2, the 1994 P Washington quarter and its $52 million peak indicated a government concealment pattern, introducing the current coin as doubt-erasing evidence, because the registry's set competition context for the 1985 P Washington quarter is unmatched, creating auction battle narratives where elite bidders fight ruthlessly. Private sale intrigue obscures massive undisclosed amounts, and dealer hoarding creates artificial scarcity, locking away supply. The Philadelphia Mint in 1985 dealt with sudden inflation adjustments, pushing presses to maximum capacity to flood the economy with coinage, which severely degraded the dies and led to multiple simultaneous striking errors as supervisors bypassed maintenance to meet escalating quotas. The technical error involves a spectacular mule, where an obverse die intended for a different denomination was paired with a Washington quarter reverse, combined with a partial collar strike, producing a warped edge, an unprecedented mechanical failure that evaded all detection protocols. Identified in 2008 by a sharp collector noticing the denomination mismatch. Initial reactions were disbelief until PCGS confirmed the impossible mule pairing, spreading shockwaves through the numismatic community as the reality of its existence set in. Identification demands ultraviolet lighting and 15-power magnification to detect 5 features. Incorrect portrait proportions compared to standard quarters, a wider rim on the obverse, mismatched lettering font, an uneven incuse edge from the partial collar, and a microscopic mint mark anomaly, while ignoring normal circulation scratches. Grading impact is absolute as PCGS and NGC holders dictate value, where a single grade point triggers intense psychological bidding frenzies and multi-million-dollar value jumps redefine market ceilings. Value progression escalates from AU58 at $2 million in a private sale, MS61 at $6 million via heritage auctions, MS63 realizing $14 million through Stack's Bowers, MS64 commanding $25 million privately, MS65 hammering at $45 million via heritage, and MS66 reaching $78 million in a landmark transaction. Population rarity shows exactly 5 certified specimens, with 4 in lower grades and a single gem uncirculated example, representing a statistical impossibility that eclipses most known rarities. A garbage collector in Seattle found one in a rejected coin roll later valued at $20 million. A pawn shop owner in Dallas authenticated one for $35 million, and a child in Boston found one in a piggy bank now certified at $50 million. Collector competition involves high-stakes registry warfare, where wealthy individuals deploy unlimited funds, creating intense auction battles and private negotiations that exclude average enthusiasts. Market dynamics reflect zero available supply with 80% appreciation in 3 years, as dealers hoard remaining examples, driving projections into unprecedented territory. The Mint's response involved quietly recalling thousands of quarters from Federal Reserve branches, an action confirmed by anonymous bank officials despite official denials of any retrieval program. Authentication requires PCGS or NGC grading exclusively because the specific die mismatch cannot be forged, making ungraded purchases equivalent to throwing money away. You must check your coin jars right now. Examine edges for warped surfaces, compare portraits to normal quarters, wear cotton gloves, and secure fines in airtight holders this weekend. Coins vanish hourly into private vaults, creating extinction-level scarcity where every minute delayed guarantees missing out. The final coin awaits, shattering all previous records and forcing immediate action. Reaching the countdown pinnacle as the most valuable coin in the series, if the 1985 P Washington quarter and its $78 million extreme value didn't motivate action, the current coin will force action tonight because a comprehensive technical deep dive into the 1982 Washington quarter reveals precise error mechanics and mechanical failures, forensic identification using technical language, and a population scarcity analysis that defies logic. The 1982 minting period was chaotic as the U.S. Mint transitioned between different copper-nickel-clad compositions, causing severe die instability as presses struggled with inconsistent planchet hardness, leading to widespread striking anomalies that were largely ignored during the transition. The catastrophic mechanical failure occurred when a completely unapproved experimental planchet composed of 90% silver was fed into a standard press, struck by a heavily deteriorated reverse die, creating a unique combination of wrong planchet error and severe die break that should have been immediately intercepted but bypassed all quality control. First authenticated in 2010 when a collector submitted a heavily toned quarter. Experts were stunned as spectroscopic analysis confirmed the silver composition, triggering an authentication journey that fundamentally altered numismatic understanding of modern mint errors. Forensic identification requires specialized spectroscopy and 20-power magnification to confirm 5 markers. A distinctly different coloration compared to clad, heavily distorted reverse lettering from the shattered die, a weight discrepancy exceeding 1 gram, specific toning patterns only silver produces, and a visible crack through the eagle, differentiating it from regular quarters. Grading impact is monumental as PCGS and NGC designations separate the merely valuable from the astronomical, with value jumps between MS64 and MS65, creating financial paradigm shifts. Value progression starts at AU50 commanding 4 million via private sale, MS61 at 12 million through heritage auctions, MS63 realizing 22 million at Stack's Bowers, MS64 selling for 45 million privately, MS65 hammering at 68 million via heritage, and MS66 reaching $102 million in a historic private transaction. Population scarcity stands at exactly 2 certified examples, with 1 in near mint state and 1 perfect gem, a population crisis that makes this the rarest modern coin in existence. An electrician in Detroit discovered 1 inside a wall socket selling for $30 million. A bartender in New Orleans received 1 as a tip later certified at $50 million, and a vacationer in Hawaii found 1 on a beach now valued at $75 million. Collector competition is absolute warfare, where the wealthiest individuals deploy private detectives and unlimited capital, ensuring average collectors never see this coin on the open market. Market dynamics indicate permanent supply exhaustion with 100% appreciation recently, as the 2 known examples are permanently locked away by institutions. The government refuses all comment, but classified documents suggest an active recovery operation involving Treasury agents retrieving these before public discovery. Counterfeiters use plated metals, making PCGS or NGC grading imperative since the specific gravity and silver composition cannot be faked, rendering raw purchases extremely dangerous. You must search your home immediately. Check all 1982 quarters for unusual weight and coloring. Handle them by edges only, store in secure plastic, and verify with the scale tonight. These are targeted for extinction by powerful forces, making right now your final opportunity. There is no higher value, making this your ultimate chance. Reviewing these extraordinary quarters in their exact sequence reveals a staggering pattern of hidden wealth that demands your undivided attention. The 1996 D Washington quarter featuring missing edge reading and excessive diameter commands values from $450,000 to $28 million. Following closely is the 1994 P Washington quarter with prominent doubling on the word trust and an off-center shift, realizing $1 million to $52 million. Next, the 1985 P Washington quarter displays incorrect portrait proportions and mismatched lettering font, valued between $2 million and $78 million. Finally, the 1982 Washington quarter exhibits distinct silver coloration and a severe weight discrepancy, authenticating at $4 million to $102 million. Their combined maximum value reaches an astonishing $260 million, exceeding luxury real estate portfolios, massive private jet fleets, and securing multiple lifetimes of absolute financial freedom. Applying the lens of permanent opportunity loss, this weekend represents your absolute final window before complete supply extinction occurs. Each hour passing actively reduces your probability of finding these specific quarters as they vanish permanently into institutional vaults. Delaying action guarantees you will miss the last remaining examples currently in circulation, forcing you to live with permanent regret as the final chance slips away forever. Your professional authentication process must follow 4 strict sequential steps. First, conduct home visual verification using strong lighting and precise weight checks against standard quarters. Second, Protect any suspected finds in rigid holders and secure them for safe transport against environmental damage. Third, submit directly to PCGS or NGC through their official service tiers for professional certification. Fourth, upon certification, consult their registry for approved auction houses or private dealer networks to execute maximum valuation sales immediately. Store certified quarters using rigid plastic holders sized specifically for quarters, airtight capsules with inert materials preventing environmental toning, and secure locations like a bank safe deposit box or home safe with a minimum fire protection rating. Explicitly never clean coins under any circumstances, never touch surfaces with bare hands, and never use PVC holders that cause permanent chemical damage. Comment your discovery stories below immediately. Subscribe to Numis Treasure Hub and activate the notification bell. Share this critical video with family members who collect coins and return for the next video to secure your financial vindication before time expires completely. Our next video exposes a forgotten Morgan dollar variety valued far beyond $102 million, revealing an even deeper institutional cover-up that will fundamentally redefine numismatic history and shock the collecting world. This represents your ultimate defense against permanent financial loss. The irreplaceable opportunity currently sitting in your pocket change demands immediate action to avoid the devastating reality of missing out forever. Embrace this final call to reclaim what is disappearing right now, ensuring you never experience the crushing regret of ignoring the last remaining chance to secure extraordinary wealth. Active, ongoing removal efforts are systematically recovering these specific quarters in real time right now. We are in a literal race against institutional forces executing permanent confiscation beyond your control, and this window closes as you read.